Good evening, everyone. I'd like to call the Nash County Board of Education June board meeting to order. And we will start with the Pledge of Allegiance. If everyone will please stand. Let's go. I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Great job, everyone. Thank you. All right. At this time, we are at item number 3 of our agenda. Is there a motion to adopt the agenda?
So moved.
Second.
The agenda has been moved and seconded. Is there any discussion? Hearing none. All in favor, please let it be known by the sign of aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carried. All right, we're at the recognitions portion of our meeting.
Madam Chair, I have a question.
Yes.
And I may be wrong, but if we're doing the recognition, should that be before the minutes?
Oh, meeting minutes, I'm sorry, excuse me. Item number 4 is the consent. Item number 4. No worries. Item number 4 is the approval of the May meeting minutes. Is there a motion to approve the minutes?
Second.
Thank you. Motion made by Board Member Sharp, seconded by Dr. Chavis for the record. Are there any discussion on the minutes? Hearing none, all in favor, please let it be known by the sign of aye. Aye. Opposed, same sign. Motion carried. Now recognitions. Dr. Ellis.
You got your straight.
I'm here.
We have several recognitions this evening. Please come forward when your name is called and remain standing down for a photo. First, we have Cynthia Pritchard. Cynthia is a school social worker in our district. She has lived in Nash County all her life and attended Nash County schools. She's been an employee since 1983. She has dedicated 41 years to our district. She has worked at every school in our district except Southern Nash High School, Southern Middle, and Bailey Middlesex and Spring Hill.
And I have Spring Hill name.
Yes. However, she has covered those schools, served with them, their school social worker, and was out of the office. She has worked for at least 55 principals and 10 superintendents. She has been the president of the North Carolina School Social Workers Association. She was instrumental in getting the suicide protocols in our district. She is a traumatic event debrief team leader and TED team trainer. She was one of the first staff members to attend and participate in Safe Schools training on the state level. She is a wonderful and dedicated school social worker and will surely miss her experience, expertise, and knowledge. She is truly an NCPS hero.
But her son is mayor of Spring Hill. Her son is mayor.
That's right, her son's mayor of Spring Hill. Next, we have Robin Griffin, Wendy Henson, and Jeff White. Nash County Schools was asked by the College Board to participate in AP Day at Capitol Day on May 1st. Representatives from the district were invited by the North Carolina Advancement Placement Partnership to share our story in advancing advanced placement education. These 3 represented the district at the event where they had the opportunity to engage with lawmakers and express gratitude for the state's ongoing support of AP initiatives and explain how they utilize all the resources provided by the NCAPP. The event provided Nash County Public Schools with a platform to showcase its dedication to explaining educational opportunities for students through enhancement of AP courses. By fostering a culture of academic excellence, the district has witnessed a significant increase in the AP participation. empowering students to challenge themselves and excel in their studies. During their visit to Capitol, they met with Representative Chesser and Senator Barnes to discuss the district's achievement in AP education, to express appreciation for the state's commitment to supporting AP initiatives. Both lawmakers were commended for their efforts in ensuring their accessibility of AP courses by providing funding for testing, bonuses for AP teachers, and the NCAPP. Our district remains committed to collaborating with state legislators and stakeholders to further advance its AP programs and prepare students for success in college and beyond. Thank you for being an NCPS hero. And last but not certainly least, we have J.R. Williams. J.R. is our wide area network senior engineer. He was nominated for the NCPS Hero Recognition for his unwavering dedication to all Nash County Public School staff. J.R. is a true asset to our team. He consistently goes above and beyond, often being the first to arrive at the central office before 7 a.m. His expertise and willingness to help have been invaluable, especially during a recent technology crisis when an employee was locked out of their NCPS account. It might have been me. JR responded promptly, getting them back on track. JR is the motherboard of Nash County Public Schools. He vigilantly monitors thousands of devices and accounts to shield us from cyber criminals and ensures seamless connectivity. JR's daily surveillance protects over roughly 20,000 devices. Moreover, we conduct comprehensive cybersecurity awareness training and collaborate with the state to fortify the district's safety. Thanks for all that you do to keep us connected and safe. His commitment and support make him a true NCPS hero.
Ask him how many principals he's worked for.
It's okay. It's okay. We're just gonna have some questions when that comes up.
All right, we have reached item number
Yeah,
6, the public input portion of our meeting. Each month, a part of at least one regularly scheduled board meeting will be set aside for citizens to address the board through public comment. A sign-up sheet will be available in the communications office for any individual or group to indicate their desire to address the board. Disruptions by any person or persons of a public meeting will be subject to action in accordance with General Statute 143-318.17. And if anyone has further questions, please refer to Nash County Public Schools Policy 2310. We do not have anyone that has signed up to speak this evening. Just wanted to make you aware of our policy. Now we will proceed to item number 7 on our agenda. Donations, Dr. Lewis.
So, dear board members, please accept this request for the following donations. Red Oak Elementary School received the following donations. Roger White All-Star Sports donated $900 to be used for general funds. The Red Oak Elementary PTO donated $800 to be used for general funds. Rocky Mount High School received the following donations. Antonio Kelly gave a donation of $1,500 to be used for Teacher Appreciation Week. The Westmount Volunteer Fire Department donated 11 pair, Mr. Bishop, make sure I get this right, 11 pair of structural fire boots, 9 turnout gear pants, and 7 turnout gear coats valued at $24,150 to be used for the Firefighter Technology Program. Nash County Public Schools received the following donation. Robbie and Paige Davis at Turnkey Storage gave a donation of $10,000 to be used for the addition of handrails for the home football bleachers at Northern Nash High School. Nash Central received the following donations. Shu Ying Shu gave a donation of $1,000 to be used for staff lunches.
Madam Chair, I make the motion that we accept these donations with great gratitude.
Second.
All right, motion is made by Dr. Chavis, seconded by Board Member Sharp. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, please let it be known by the sign of aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carried. Thank you. Next, we'll proceed to item number 2 under our business, under our number 7, excuse me, personnel recommendations.
Good evening, Chair Dr. Washington, Vice Chair Mr. Lamb, and board members. The personnel reports have been reviewed and discussed at this time. On behalf of Dr. Ellis, your approval is requested.
I have a question
Yes.
for clarification about this. The 2 positions that are being transferred that we talked about in phase 1, 2, that will not have an effect on pay, correct?
Correct.
Year 2 will not have an effect on pay.
We're not sure of that until I get state money and local for next year's budget.
So there's a possibility.
It's a possibility.
The
Possibility.
increase will decrease,
Either or.
either or. Have they been informed of that?
Yes.
I have a question related or regarding the same thing. To clarify, this is not in any way a demotion, but in addition to sustain some stability through a merger.
Right, just a lateral move.
If it's lateral, can they keep their titles as director?
So board members, this is really during the.
Closed session.
Personnel.
But we asked for more time in closed session and
Yeah, can we go back to closed session then?
So the board needs additional discussion about specific employees. That would need to happen in a second closed session. The only way to do that would be through, motion to amend the agenda, in a second closed session at any point, along with if it would impact the, personnel recommendations. You could also need a motion to table this particular item until after that, second closed session.
I make a motion that we table this and go back to closed session.
I second it.
So again, so just for clarity, there needs to be a motion to amend the agenda.
Just
If
trying
you
to
want
make
to
word
add a
that
second
sense.
closed session. There's not one currently.
Okay.
Okay. So I make the motion to amend the agenda.
Okay, so we will add that as item number 14A. But there's a motion to amend the agenda on the floor. Is there a second?
Second?
All right, we have a motion and a second on the floor to amend,
The
excuse me,
agenda.
the agenda to add item number 14A. Personnel discussions, or it's gonna be a closed session for the record. All right, is there any discussion?
I have one note.
Yes.
I should hope this would not interfere with approving what else is standing, just chopping out that one piece. Does that need to be clarified?
So my recommendation, if you have good questions about specific individuals, I mean, if you were to separate out those individuals, you would have to identify them here, which you can do, depending on the type of action. So my
What section is
recommendation
it
would be to table the entire report until after that second closed. So you would still take action on the personnel report tonight. It just wouldn't happen until after that.
That second close.
Gotcha.
All right, so we have a motion on the floor, a motion and a second on the floor to amend the agenda to add a second closed session, item number 14A. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, please let it be known by the sign of aye. Aye. Opposed, same sign.
Aye.
Motion carries. All right. Now,
So now the board would need to consider a motion to table this particular item. So you've now amended your agenda to have second closed session, now you need a motion to table this item until after that second closed session.
I make the motion to table that item until after the second closed session.
all right, we have a motion and a second. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, please let it be known by the sign of aye. Aye. Opposed, same sign.
Nay.
Motion carries. All right.
Last interruption. For
Yes.
purposes of the minutes, the
Mhm.
item that is being tabled is item 7.2,
Thank you, council. All right, so we'll move on to item number 3
Chair.
under,
I don't know if I have
I'm
to come back and present it
Yes.
at the closed
You
session.
would.
yes, ma'am.
Would she have to come back?
It's at, I mean, it could be Wallace, it could be the superintendent.
To ask for approval. Thank you. All right, so, item number 3 is proposed, meeting dates. (2024-2025) proposed meeting dates.
Madam Chair, I'll make a motion to approve the meeting dates. Second.
All right, is there any discussion on those dates? Hearing none, all in favor, please let it be known by the sign of aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign, motion carried. Moving on to item number 8 on the agenda, Mr. Dunton.
Thank you, Dr. Washington. The Administrative Services and Operations Committee met on the May 30th, and we had several action items that we're bringing to the board for recommendation for approval. Item number 8.1 is the demerger update. It was presented as information only. It is showing as an action item on the agenda. Do we need to approve just as it was presented, or I mean, there were no changes, or
That should be information.
should be information? Okay. The next one we have, Mrs. Morris presented our summer program for our homeless students, 60 of our homeless students through the Boys and the Girls Club, and we recommend this for approval.
All right, is there a motion, is there a second, I'm sorry?
Second.
Motion made by Board Member Duncan, seconded by Dr. Chavis. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, please let it be known by the sign of aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign, motion carried.
All right, and the next 4, Ms. Saunders presented. I ask you if you have a second, if you would join us, just in case there are any questions, because we have several of these. But I'll just kind of go through them. The first item is the budget resolution that is being presented as a recommendation for approval from committee.
Second. All right, we have a motion and a second on the floor. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, please let it be known by the sign of aye.
Aye.
Aye, opposed, same sign, motion carries.
Next one's item number 5, our end-of-year budget amendments. This is also being recommended for approval from committee.
Second.
Motion made by Board Member Dunton, seconded by Board Member Sharp. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, please let it be known by the sign of aye. Aye. Opposed, same sign, motion carries.
I skipped right over number 4, so I'll take a step backwards. This is budget resolution for fiscal year 2024-2025. We're recommending this for approval from committee.
Second.
All right, motion and a second. Is there any discussion on that one? Hearing none, all in favor, please let it be known by the sign of aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign, motion carries. All right, back on track.
And the last one we have is our insurance policies, and we broke these out individually because of Mrs. Bullock and her service, I think, for the state board. I'm only seeing 2 on assembly. Did I miss one? There, I thought we had 3.
It's 3. It should be 2 from North Carolina School Board Trust and then the workers' comp.
All right, so let's start with the workers' comp. Again, board's recommending, or the committee is recommending this for approval by the board. Second.
Okay, motion and a second on the floor. Is there any discussion? Board Member Dunton and Gray for the record. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, please let it be known by the sign of aye. Aye. Opposed, same sign. Motion carries on workman's comp.
And so
Okay.
this next one, I guess, is inclusive of 2 then, from the state. And this is where Ms. Bullock is abstaining from her vote.
Okay, got it.
May, for the record, may I state that I am recusing myself from discussion and voting on the policies from the North Carolina School Board Trust because I serve on that board of directors.
Thank you, Ms. Bullock, noting that for the record. All right,
Comes as a recommendation from committee for approval.
okay, is there a second? Okay, we have a motion, Board Member Dunton, seconded by Dr. Chavis. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, please let it be known by the sign of aye. Aye. Opposed, same sign. Motion does carry.
Thank you. And the last one we had is just Phase 1 windows for Rocky Mount Middle. It was presented by Mrs. Miller. This is a recommendation for the bid process. I know we've had discussion around this in the past. This is not contract. This is just, I guess, to accept the proposed bid that we have received to move forward with this project. And this also comes as a recommendation from the city.
All right, is there a second?
Second.
All right, motion made by Board Member Dunton, seconded by Board Member Lamb. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, please let it be known by the sign of aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
That is all, Madam Chairman.
Thank you so much. We will move on to agenda item number 9, the Policy Committee.
Thank you, Madam Chair. We have 2 groups of policies to talk about tonight. The first one that I will talk about, these 8 policies are for final read. We discussed them and brought them to the board at our May meeting. These policies are policy 1310/4002, parental involvement, policy 1760/7280, prohibition against retaliation, policy 2127, board member technology use, policy 3220, technology in the educational program, policy 3225/4312/7320, technology responsible use /3420, student promotion and accountability, policy 3460, graduation requirements, policy 3620, extracurricular activities and student organizations, with emphasis placed on option 3. I move that we approve those policies for final approval.
Second.
All right. Moved by Board Member Bullock, seconded by Board Member Gray. Is there any discussion on those policies? Hearing none, all in favor, please let it be known by the sign of aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries.
Madam Chair, we also have 10 policies tonight for first read. These policies are policy 4040/7310, staff and student relations, policy 4134 to rescind that policy, policy 4140, foreign exchange students, which replaces policy 4134, policy 4240/7312, child abuse and related threats to child safety, policy 4270/6145, concussion and head injury, policy 5023/6128/7268, emergency administration of naloxone, policy 6125, administering medicines to students, policy 7130, licensure, policy 8340, insurance, policy 8510, school finance officer, and policy 5071/7351, electronically stored information retention. Madam Chair, I move that we approve these policies to lay on the table for 30 days.
Second.
All right, motion has been made by Board Member E. Bullock, seconded by Dr. Chavis for the record. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, please let it be known by the sign of aye. Aye. Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Thank you so much, Ms. Bullock. That brings us to item number 10. Is there a representative for Student Support Services? Thank you, Mr. Edwards.
On behalf of Committee Chair Sharonda Thomas Bullock, last week went over transportation updates with Michael Bayer. That was for information only. Number 2 is our much-needed E-rate funding, which is an action item that was presented by Tremaine McQueen. So is there a motion on the floor to approve?
Are you making one, sir?
I'll make that one. Yes, I will.
Second it.
All right, motion made by Board Member Edwards from the committee, seconded by Dr. Chavis. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, please let it be known by the sign of aye. Aye. Opposed, same sign. Motion carried.
And number 3, the Stronger Connections grant overview was for information only provided by Ms. Christy Grant. And that concludes Student Support Services Operation Committee.
Thank you so much. That takes us to agenda item number 11, Academic Services and Accountability Committee. Mr. Lamb.
Yes, we had an update on the field trips by Mr. White. We also had a Jordan Driver School contract with Mr. White. I make a motion that we approve the field trips.
Second.
All right, motion was made by Board Member Lamb, seconded by Dr. Chavis. Is there any discussion on the field trips? Hearing none, all in favor, please let it be known by the sign of aye. Aye. Opposed, same sign. Motion carried. And then the
Also, entertain a motion for Jordan's Driving School contract.
motion made by Board Member Lamb, seconded by Board Member Sharp for the record. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, please let it be known by the sign of aye. Aye. Opposed, same sign.
And
Motion.
Last
Motion
presentation, alternative accountability model options by Ms. Griffin. I'll entertain a motion, or second, I'll make the motion for the alternative accountability model
Second.
option.
All right. So we have a motion made by Mr. Lamb, seconded by Mr. Gray. For the, I'm sorry, Mr. Edwards for the record. All right. Is there any discussion? All in favor, please let it be known by the sign of aye. Aye. Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Thank you so much. We're at agenda item number 12, the superintendent's report.
So it's just it was the last day of school last Thursday. Just want to thank all staff for just a great year. Demerger has been tough, and in spite of, we did a real good job. I did want to go over the graduations for this week. Tar River Academy is Tuesday, June 4th at 6. Nash Central will graduate on Friday at 9. Northern Nash graduates on Friday at 11. And our first Nash Everywhere Digital Academy graduation is Friday. I believe that's at Inglewood. Am I correct? At 1. Southern Nash High School Saturday at 9, and Rocky Mountain High School is Saturday at 11.
Thank you. That
Question real
brings,
quick, that Inglewood, was that Inglewood School or Baptist Church? What was-
Baptist Church.
Okay, just,
Thank you, Ms. Chase.
all right, item number 13, I'd just like to say congratulations to all graduates. I would like to encourage the class of 2024 to make the decision today to ground yourself in values that last, like honesty, hard work, responsibility, fairness, generosity, and respect for others. I'm confident that you will continue to represent Nash County Public Schools well. As always, on behalf of my fellow board members, we say to each and every employee, thank you for all of your hard work and dedication. Item number 14, the schedule of upcoming meetings will be determined for the next month. And at this time, I'll entertain a motion to go into closed session.
I'll make that.
Ms. Bullock, you got it? Thank you.
I make the motion that we go into closed session pursuant to General Statute 143-318.11A1, A3, and A6 to prevent the disclosure of confidential personnel files under General Statute 115C-321 to consider matters relating to initial employment of an individual employee, to prevent the disclosure of confidential student records under General Statute 115C-402, and to consult with the board's attorney in order to preserve the attorney-client privilege.
Is there a second?
Second.
Motion made by Board Member E. Bullock, seconded by Dr. Chavis. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, please let it be known by the sign of aye. Aye. Opposed, same sign. Motion carried. We'll now go back into closed session.